Alright, so in today's video, I got every single trophy on Terraria. Now, I've done this already way back when, like almost 3 years ago on the Steam version, because I do still strongly believe that Terraria is a far better game to just play with a keyboard and mouse. But anyways, this is also a part of my challenge trying to platinum over 200 games searched by viewers of the channel. If I can't do it before the channel hits 1.3 million subs, then I must platinum Diablo 2, the longest platinum trophy in existence. So make sure to drop a like and subscribe. Anyways, Terraria contains only 39 trophies, including the platinum. Before starting today, I already had 8 trophies from playing for just giggles at some point in the past. These ranged mostly, and I'm pretty sure entirely, all just from stage 1 of the trophy guide, which was just to play for fun, I guess. But I got Leap of Faith from making a triple jump, No Hobo from building my first house, You Can Do It from surviving a full night, Lucky Break from surviving a long fall, Be Prepared from having 5 buffs at once, It's Getting Hot in Here from going into the underworld, To Hell and Back from traveling to the surface to the underworld in one fall, and finally Bloodbath from surviving a blood moon. So now that we are all caught up, let's dive into stage 2 of the trophy guide, which contains trophies that are relatively easy to get. I also did end up using a face cam in the end of my run, by the way, but before that, I got the 2 tutorial trophies, which are very easy to get. You just go into the tutorial and do whatever the guide tells you to do like a good little boy. Why don't you be a good little boy and go drop a comment down below? I'm gonna answer every single one in this video with complete truth and honesty. I've been bewitched by a woman named Ogla. Anyways, the Terraria student trophy actually pops right away when entering the tutorial and talking to the guide. Then you just have to do a few help quests that the guide requests of us. These spanned mostly just having us build a house, get some stone, a few weapons, and survive a night with zombies and enemies coming at us. All in all, it took like 10 minutes to do this, so yeah, very easy, and here's Trophy Pop as well. Now, I actually took a break from playing this for a while because, to be honest, I don't really enjoy playing Terraria, at least not anymore. After playing through it for literally over 100 hours a few years ago, I kind of have had my fill of the game. I don't dislike the game, I just don't really have any interest in it anymore. So like I was saying, I took a break for a few weeks, but then a loyal viewer of the channel and one of my homies DM'd me on Instagram and asked if I would like to get, you know, quote unquote carried in the platinum. Because obviously I've already done everything and doing it all again is just kind of insane. So I said, you know what, sure, let's see how fast we could finish this game, and I would end up farming out every single trophy with the homie. Shout out to Isaac, by the way, bro is the GOAT. So to begin this trophy farm, I joined up his world and he had pretty much everything set up to get me some of the most annoying trophies. We first did Armory, which included us collecting every set of armor. Now, I honestly can't remember if you need to wear all of them. I'm pretty sure you don't for the trophy to work. It's kind of odd. There is quite a few trophies like this where the description says one thing, but getting the trophy is just kind of slightly different or completely different. I don't know. It's very weird. But I ended up getting the Armory trophy right here after just putting the final pieces in my inventory, so I guess you do just have to collect them, and here's a trophy pop. I then got given some wings for the head in the Clouds trophy, which is just from equipping a pair of wings, and that's very simple. And then we did the Pet Collector trophy. Now, this one was very weird. The description is just to find all of the pets in the game, but you also have to equip them or at least activate them. Now, we did this very fast because Isaac had pretty much all of them inside of one chest, but for whatever reason, the trophy just did not pop after I got them all. So I then re-went through all of them and made sure to use them and spawn them in, which is, I guess, what you're supposed to do. So again, another trophy where the description is just not solid and leaves up interpretation. We hate to see it. I can't even say that word. After that, I real fast did the Fashion Statement trophy from just equipping armor or vanity and all 3 social slots, which is a bit of a gimmick trophy because it kind of nulls the stats. So yeah, it's kind of like, it's just kind of funny. So here's that trophy as well, very easy. I then got 2 trophies that were related in a sense, being Into Orbit from launching myself into space and Is This Heaven from finding a floating island. Now, I got these both back to back because once flying up into space, I also found a floating island since they were both right next to each other. So here's both those trophies popping. After that, Isaac and I headed up to my world to begin working on some stage 3 trophies, which is the only real hard part of this game's grind. These span mostly through just all of the bosses and a lot of just overall completion type trophies. The first one I would get, however, was Bulldozer from destroying 10,000 tiles. I did this very easily with that one item that you can just ride and decimate everything. It's called the Drill Containment Unit, and it gets the blood rushing down to my nether region, if you will. Now, speaking of nether regions, I use that to go all the way down to the very bottom of the world to get the Rock Bottom trophy. How I'm feeling after this video goes out. Now, for the next few minutes, me and Isaac dug around and tried to find heart crystals so I could reach max HP, because you need to reach max HP to then use life fruits to reach the ultimate max health in the game, because a trophy called Topped Off is attained from doing that. We ended up finding a lot very quick because obviously using the Drill Containment Unit makes digging easier than your girlfriend. So once we got enough and he dropped me excess life fruits that he had, I reached max everything and got the trophy pop. We then went back down into the underworld to try and find a guide voodoo doll so we could kill off the wall of flesh and put the world into hard mode, because we both are, you know, overpowered as fuck. And after finally finding a guide voodoo doll, which took forever by the way, I love RNG in this game, it's my favorite. I spawned in the wall of flesh, killed it in less than 5 seconds, and the world was now in hard mode, getting me that trophy respectively. I also got an easy trophy after just placing 100 wires, which is, yeah, very basic and hits the right pop. Now while in hard mode, a goblin army has a chance of spawning in, and they did right away, which was kind of weird. I honestly don't remember if Isaac spawned it in himself or not, or even if there is a spawn for them, but regardless, they did spawn in, and we took them out easily, as you can imagine, getting the goblin punter trophy after their defeat. Truly, we did punch the f out of them. I then got the blacksmith trophy right after as well from just crafting 300 items on an anvil. This is easiest done with the buckets because they require basically nothing, and yeah, that's what I did. Once reaching 300 trophy pops right away. So we then took a break for a little while before locking back in to finish off this game, and this is also when I did start to use a face cam because why not? And before Isaac hopped back on to help me out with the ending trophies, I just farmed out the running man trophy, which was very, very weird. I tried to do this countless times before with him and just nothing popped. Like I made a path through my entire world basically and no trophy popped. Its description is very dumb, simply saying strap on some boots and go for a jog, not specifying how long, how far, and even the internet can't make a consensus as to how far you actually need to go. So I just kept on extending the path until finally getting it to work at random. Alright, I'm gonna see if this is good enough. I don't have really much faith that it'll be good enough, but you never know, right? You never know. This is far. This is like really far, so my hope is that this is far enough. I don't know really what activates this trophy or makes it work. It seems like it's a different distance for everybody. It might be the entire world length. I hope it's not the entire world length because that sucks, obviously. We're pretty far though, so I feel like if it were to be the whole world length, we almost have that, so.
1 hour later.
There we go. I think that's the trophy. Unless that's the other running distance. So I'm not going to stop because I don't know if that is the one that we're going for or not. It might be. I hope it is. Now after that trophy popped, I then built up more of my house to contain all of the residents I need for the all resident trophy, which is kind of hard. It's not really that bad though overall looking back at it, but then my boy Isaac did finally hop on after I was nearly finished with the crib, and he ended up helping me top that shoddy off. But then I decided to go for a few of the random trophies in this remaining stage 3 before going for the bosses. The next two I tried to get were called Appease the Volcano Gods from killing the NPC guide with fire, and Homicidal from just killing the guide in general. Now if you have played Terraria before, you would know that killing the guide happens every time you do fight the wall of flesh, and this trophy does not work that way. Instead, you have to put the guide doll in your accessory slot and then kill him yourself with a sword. I learned that the hard way because when I killed the guide by just placing a lava bucket on his head, it did not give me the homicidal trophy. Okay, I got fucking lava trophy. I thought I was supposed to get 2 of them. Huh, I guess the lava, that isn't double. I thought it was gonna be a double, but I guess not. I guess I have to kill him again. Yeah, I'm honestly not sure if you can get a double trophy that way. I sure as hell don't know. But while I was waiting for the guide to respawn in, I got 3 other trophies. First called, I'm smelting from smelting 10,000 bars of metal. Now the method to get this is by purchasing something from an NPC and then shimmering it into iron ore. I, for the life of me, cannot remember how we did this. It's slipping my mind right now and it's pissing me off. But we did this multiple times, and this trophy honestly is kind of insane. Like 10,000 bars is a lot with a capital L. But again, since we are both overpowered as f in this world, it turned out to be more just tedious than challenging. I think that I was at like a pretty high amount because we tried to do this last time. I was close. I'll probably get, oh, I just got it right now. Sweet. Moving on from that, Isaac went back to his world to gather the items to summon the mechanical bosses that we need to fight, and while he was doing that, I researched the easiest way to get the corruptible trophy from allowing your world to become corrupted, and also the in the hollow trophy from allowing your world to become hollowed. Now the corruption one you can get by just loading up a world that it's preset to have like full corruption. It looks like this on the world selection screen. You then have to enter this seed as well for the world to work, and for whatever reason upon loading it in, it just gives you the trophy pop. That did work. I just got the trophy right away. the corruption trophy I just got right away. Yeah. All right, let me try out this method real quick. After that, I then tried to get the hollow trophy, and this is from letting your entire world become hollowed. It's not ideal, obviously, and it's very, very hard to get if you were to do it legit, but again, you can sort of just cheese it. The method is to make a skyblock world, place down 1 piece of stone, and then throw the hollow spray from that like spray gun called the terraformer. Now right after spraying it, you then leave the world, reopen it again, and for whatever unknown reason, the trophy pops. All right, let me put that there. All right, I'm gonna leave and go grab my gun and then go to that world and see if it works. All right, so we place this right there, and then we'll leave. Apparently just joining it back gives us a trophy. It does. What the f? That makes like literally no sense. Oh wait, actually let me just join that. Let me just go kill the guide real quick. How do you kill, wait, how do you kill him? Oh, it has to be in your accessory slots. I'm f***ing dumb. Okay. Okay. That solves the reason as to why it didn't work before. There we go. It's so easy. I'm just f***ing retarded. Okay, I got that trophy now as well. Nice. Moving on, I then got one more trophy before we did just do every single boss in the game. It's glorious, to be honest. But it was that marathon trophy, and I didn't farm it. It just kind of came naturally at random, and yeah, pretty cool. Is that move trophy from running, or is it from, like, all movement? Oh, I literally just got it. Never mind. As I'm talking about it, I literally got the trophy. That's funny as hell. Yeah. It is on foot anyway. It says in the description of the trophy. So the next 5 trophies I got were all just the boss trophies of this game, with the first 4 being related entirely to Skeletron Prime, the twins, the Destroyer, and then the trophy from beating them all at once. This was not hard due to us being, again, just gods among men. But before Isaac managed to gather all of the required spawns, since we did need 6 of them for those trophies, I just spent about 40 minutes digging around the underground desert, desperately trying to find the golfer NPC who is down there and is one of the many hidden NPCs that you do need for the all NPC trophy. Spoiler, I would not find it. I have the entire f***ing desert underground marked on the map. Will this dude show up on my map if I'm near him? Ugh. This is taking forever. I am in the underground desert, right? I'm not like absolutely retarded. Bro, this f***ing dude will not f***ing spawn in. I swear to God, I just saw him. What the f***? Bro, I swear I just saw something. What the fuck? Can I kill the golfer if I'm using my sword? Ugh, I swear I just saw something that said golf. Oh my God! Anyways, Isaac finally joined up with all these summons, and we basically just knocked out all 4 of those previously mentioned trophies in a span of 2 minutes, so enjoy. Alright, yeah, just do them one at a time then, just so we can make sure. Let's make sure I get the final kill. Got that trophy. Got that as well. Got that as well. They all in. Alright, that popped as well. Sweet. It's just every boss, every type of slime, all NPCs, and every type of crafting station. Yes, only 4 trophies remained, and the next one wouldn't come for over an hour and a half almost. It was the Slayer of Worlds from destroying all the bosses. This took a while both to find them, but also because we were kind of doing the real estate agent trophy at the same time, or at least trying to. But I was throwing a montage here of me killing the remaining bosses when I did, and getting that trophy finally. That was easy. That was also easy. There's that too. I just killed Plain Terra and the Golem. Alright, I'm gonna go try to find the Lunar Cultist. But no, I need the truffle bait or truffle worm for the Duke Fish Run, and then we gotta kill that damn little like butterfly thing in the hollow biome. I vividly remember trying to get that and it took f***ing forever, so I can't wait. Do I just start fighting these guys? Yeah, he spawned in. And he is dead. What is happening right now? I'm fighting like aliens. Is there something that's supposed to happen after you beat the cultists? Oh shit. Fuck, I'm doing that right now, I guess. Alright, I got 1 pillar. Do all the pillars spawn in? Oh wait, I see them. Never mind. Got the Moon Lord spawned in over here. Here, motherfucker. We still gotta do the Tearclops and the Duke Fish Run. Oh, there we go. Damn, that guy was strong. Do you want to leave real quick and then just join my party again? I have a world that has a snow biome in it that we can just go join. An eye for an eye. That is a DLC, isn't it? Yup. Cycle is going to be, I'm gonna go to the desert all day, see if I can find a golfer, and if I can't, Then we will go at like 7:30 p.m. is when the that fucking butterfly thing spawns in. So when that clock hits that, we're gonna go down there and try to find it. Oh my god. How do I send him home? He'll move in, right? Like I got plenty of rooms. Found the golfer. So yeah, these are the last real guys. I need a pirate invasion, but no, I do too, yeah. It's from 7 to fucking midnight. That's the only window you got. Will he be like inside of these things or just like walking around on them? Wish I could make my view distance even larger. Some of these things are tall as hell. I can't even see through all of them. That shit's so annoying. What's happening to me? Oh my god, I just got it. Oh, let's fucking go. Holy shit. Holy shit. This thing's kind of strong, yes. All things considered. Alright, I got the Fae Flyer trophy. Please give me the All Boss trophy. Oh, it did. Let's go. Let's go. So the only remaining trophies are from getting all the NPCs, killing all the slimes, and crafting everything. And I would actually end up getting the All NPC trophy first about 30 minutes later, and it was honestly not that bad. Bro, he's right there. Holy shit. Alright, it seems like he can't die from lava. So I need to drain this whole entire fucking thing, which I will do, god damn it. Can you just fucking... Oh my god, you gotta be all that work just to fucking land on him. Alright. Okay. Well, what on me is causing me to do damage from splash? Can I take that shit off? It's my entire armor. My entire set of armor. Of course it is. Everything, dude. Just everything, bro. This is so fucking retarded. Fuck this shit, dog. I'm tired of it. If you summon that, will it just like go to like the base? Oh my god, he's right here. He's right here. He's right here. Hold up. He's where I am. He's where I am. Oh, I think I got him. Yeah, I got him. Okay. Do those pirate. Do that pirate. This is the last NPC, right? I think the guide has to respawn in. And then obviously the pirate guy has to move in. So same with the other two. I don't think the stylist came in yet. No, she did. She must have. She's not down there anymore. Yeah, she's there. Alright. Well, I don't think the guide's back yet because the guide just died, so pirate did her. I don't know who we're missing. I think there should all be there now. Oh no, we're waiting for the princess, I think. We're just waiting for the princess. Pretty sure. She's not there yet. Nope, I got it. I got the real estate agent trophy. So with that finished, I then just ran around and I tried to kill every type of slime. There is a lot of them and I honestly had no clue what ones I did or didn't do because there really isn't any tracking to help. And I would deadass get the trophy at complete random when just swinging my sword. No clue how, but GG. Yeah. Oh my god, I just got it. Holy shit. Yeah, I just randomly got every single type of slime. Let's fucking go. What the fuck? That's insane. Okay. That's awesome as fuck. All I got left now is, yeah, craft every station. Damn, what the fuck? I was not expecting that shit. Let's go. That's fucking awesome. The last remaining trophy, crafty. Now I'm gonna let our experience trying to get this just kind of play out in a very low edited way because it was a complete fest. Isaac already had every single station lined up, all the materials to craft them, and I used every single one multiple times. The trophy just didn't unlock. I did the requirements over and over and over, but it is a broken trophy. So spoiler, I did not actually physically see it unlock, but I got the trophy, goddammit. It's the weirdest thing ever. We spent probably maybe 3 hours crafting over and over with no luck. I have genuinely zero clue what I did wrong. So yeah, I got the trophy, but it's broken, and for this challenge of games, any games that do break, I'm not spending extra days playing them to fix it. It's just a waste of time. I'm also going to throw in the old Terraria video after this if you guys do want to watch me do those extra achievements and, you know, actually get them all popped on my screen. The PC version has over 100 of them, and I did do all of those a while ago. So yeah, enjoy that after this mess of a time, and yeah. All right, now it's working. All right, got that. Just draw me the stuff, and I can. That's probably the easiest way. I did this one already, this slime one. I did it like while we were just waiting around because I had gels. You can just, it just takes one gel, so I just did that real quick. Yeah, that cog one, yeah, that one worked too. There really is way too many of these fucking things. There should not be this many crafting tables, bro. It's fucking absurd. Alright, I did that one. Yeah, I got like, yep, there it is. Alright, sweet. Oh, I can't make it, but cursed arrow or cursed dart. If you have a cursed flame. Did I make it? Can you, wait, oh wait, no, I think I made it. No, yeah, I made it, I think. Yeah, I made it. I made it. Yeah, I made it, okay. It's just such a weird mechanic. Yep. A lesion block, or whatever the f that is. Oh, I made that. The loom has the exact same thing. The loom in this, or the living loom and the... Oh, I'm gonna guess they're both looms, so that makes sense. Make that. Make that. Alright, I can't make anything in the anvil, but I got all the others up till here. Nothing at the anvil. If you have any, like, tin or anything like that, or iron... Fuck, I can't make anything with tin. I have chains on my person. If you can you shimmer that back into iron? Oh wait, there's 100 iron ore in this fucking chest right here. There we go. What's chain? Alright, chain is done. Oh, I can make flask of cursed flames. Done. This next one, done. Alright, I'm at this one now. This yellow thing. Let me go see if I can make anything else. Ooh, I can make something out of this one. Tall gate. Okay. I just smelted something in that one. I'll do that. Furnace, I've done that. This thing, I've done that. Oh. What the fuck? Where at? Oh, I got it. Okay. Alright, I did all those in the bottom now. Yep. Do that one too. Yeah, I did that one. I don't have anything for the crystal ball or the cauldron. Make that. I think I did the golden bookshelf, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I did that. Okay, I think I'm doing it. This is a very odd mechanic. We'll see if it works. It does indeed. Look at that. Do I just press that on there? Oh, there we go. All right, sweet. I got that done. All right, I can do this one now. All right, I made that. Yeah, so it should be just the cauldron. I don't know. What all can you make in the cauldron? Or the cooking pot, not the cauldron. Sorry, I'm tripping. There we go. Alright, that's made. And then... if you have chlorophyte... Yes, sir. Bunny stew. And then, alright, so the last one is just the chlorophyte and then that bone thing. What the fuck? Wait, how much? Fuck. Oh wait, I don't think I'm. Wait, what the fuck? Can you drop me? Can you drop me that chlorophyte bar? I have my inventory's max. I think I dropped it, and you think you picked it up? There we go. All right, do you have lenses at all? This should be the last thing. I'm pretty sure. Unless we miss one. Whee! Hold up. Damn, it didn't work. Shit. What the did I miss? I have no idea. I honestly don't know. I don't know if why it's not working. We've done them all. It's so weird. What the fuck? Oh, I already did that one. I took it because it was. I thought that. I can't even get over there because I keep fucking dying from these fuck ass enemies, bro. Oh my god, I'm gonna fuck lose my mind. Holy shit. Let me just try the campfire one again. I already did it, but whatever. Bro, can these fucking enemies fuck off for more than 5 fucking seconds? Jesus, dude. Oh my god, these enemies could not come at a more fucking annoying time. Holy shit. Jesus fucking Christ, man. It's probably something stupid, but I have no idea what it can be. Like, we've gone through the list and I've done it. So in this fucking, if you're, I don't know why there's just a fucking war happening right now. If there could not be a war, I could fucking focus on what the fuck is going on. Holy shit, dude. This is quite literally the worst possible time to have a fucking war happen. Long story short, we tried that for hours. My mic also cut off at the end of the recording, and yeah, I'm so lost. I tried my best to include every single moment of me crafting. If I somehow missed one or messed that up, then please comment down below. It's probably something retarded, and I'm gonna look like a fool almost immediately when this video goes out, but I genuinely don't know. Anyways, here's an old video of me doing everything on the PC version. Peace out, for real this time.
104 hours. That is longer than like 4 days. I know because I googled it. Terraria, one of the most popular and beloved games of our time. But boy oh boy is the achievement list one for the ages. It contains a whopping 115 different achievements. Within this list, you need to fight every single boss, complete every holiday event, and do a ridiculous amount of RNG grinding and fishing. What the f? So today, I'm obviously going to get every single one of those achievements, so you will drop a like and subscribe. Okay, anyways, you begin the game with making a character. I didn't change much of my guy, but I went with the glorious name of OnlyFans Lover 42. I thought about naming him Rosa Parks Seat, but chose this one because it's more personal. I then made my world the typical classic medium-sized, and named such world Gorlock the Destroyer.
My name is Optimus Prime.
Spawning into the world, and the first thing you obviously should do is chop down some trees so you can make a house and stay safe from the monsters. Doing this gave me my first achievement of the day. I then made my first workbench, which is the initial crafting tool in this game, and also finished off my first house, which I made multiple tenements for the future slaves I will have living here. And once the guide moved in, I got the achievement for that. So now that I have a few housing units made, it's time to go find better gear so I can attempt to not die to everything in this forsaken land. I found my first ore of the game, which was tin. Now, at this current moment in time, that is considered gold, but in the future, it will be as useless as my left hand. Hey, yo! I then lasted a full night, which is a new home course record if you know what I mean. If you don't, I'm sorry. So I continued mining downwards because in Terraria, you can do that basically 100% safely. And I ran into a minecart track, which was super helpful because it takes me to all kinds of new places. Except I was unaware of how to exit the minecart, so I just rode back and forth on it for a hot minute and accidentally ran over an enemy because I couldn't get out. But it was an achievement, thankfully, so I did indeed giggle. Right next to the vehicular manslaughter I just committed was also a golden chest. Now, these make my blood pressure go downwards. Wink, wink. And when I opened it, I got shown glorious things and an achievement. Sadly, a bad booty bitch wasn't included, but I did find a magic mirror, which when used, shows your disgusting face, and it's so bad you teleport back to the spawn to escape it. Following the minecart track still, I dropped down a tiny hole and it blessed me with a crystal heart. These give you additional life in the game and are basically essential if you want to beat all the bosses. I finally deviated away from the minecart track and the gods were mad at me, so they dropped a 400-pound boulder onto my head and I vanished from this realm, but got another achievement. This sent me back to home base though, and I took a little pause from being a cave gremlin and crafted some items with all the ore I had found. One of those is my first anvil, which is used to make weapons and armor in this game. Speaking of armor, I then went and made some and got another achievement for finally putting on clothing. Next, we headed back down into the gremlin caves because sunlight is scary. And putting in 100 hours to Terraria really makes that statement true, which is kind of sad. But I was drowning underwater like a certain group of people because I can't swim. And I found another golden chest, which inside had a lot of good things actually, and one of them was the summon item for the Eye of Cthulhu, which is one of the first bosses in the game. I had acquired some decent things by now, so I just spent like 2 hours in the mines, and while there I found a load of new ores and a surprising amount of heart crystals. So when I left the caves hours later and re-emerged into civilization, I nearly had max hearts already, and lots of demonite ore, which I used to make decent weapons, we'll say. Now I was feeling myself like Ice Spice, so I went back to the corruption area, which was very close to my house, and I'm scared. But inside I made it to the little ball things you gotta break to spawn the first boss of the game. And you need a hammer to do this, so I quickly went back to my house and made my first hammer. And then ran back to the Shadow Orb is what it's called, and broke it, which made me piss my pants. I then broke 2 more because the adrenaline rush is like no other. And we then got the first boss fight of the game, the Eater of Worlds. Basically an oversized worm who probably smells like a 7th grade locker room with a clogged toilet. I was definitely not ready to beat it with just my flimsy sword, so instead I just spammed grenades over and over. Now this proved to be very effective and I have now fallen in love with explosive weapons. No wonder the Middle East is how it is. Anyways, after many grenades I won the fight and felt like a god amongst men. or just the guide. I then felt like fighting the Eye of Cthulhu since I was apparently invincible now in my mind, and I spawned it in. However, 3 seconds later it turned to daytime, and I learned a very valuable lesson. Most bosses in this game can only be fought at night, a true canon event. So, in the meantime, I decided it's time to make some questionable choices and go straight to hell. Or the underworld. On my adventures down to the biblical location, I got blown up by a chest. It's a sad day when the things you trust turn on you the most. But I got an achievement, yeah. Oh my god! So after that, I did make it to the underworld finally and got another achievement just for entering it. The next items I went after were all the Hellstone weapons and armor. These are very good for pre-hard mode. And they are so good because acquiring the ore causes lava to drop also, basically making it as annoying as my ex-girlfriend in terms of just living. That's what I'm saying. But after an hour or so, I got a ton of it and started to make some good things. First, I made the molten pickaxe because it lets you mine everything you can in pre-hard mode. At least I think it does, but honestly, I just made that up. At the same time I did that, a blood moon was also happening, and I just straight up hid in my house as it passed, and got the achievement when it ended. Before fighting any more bosses, I made the executive choice to really make sure I had everything I needed. This meant I also needed a gun because we are in America, baby! Freedom! So I bought the Mini Shark from my local gun dealer, which is a fully automatic weapon and used all over the country. And now we are definitely good to fight the Eye of Cthulhu. This boss fight spawns in a giant eye, and it's quite easy if you just shoot it. And that's what I did, and I beat it and got some items and another achievement. Well, all that fun is now over, and I was slightly depressed, so I totally meant to fall nearly to my death. This was totally on purpose. Please help. Oh my god! After I teleported home and then made some mana stars since I had yet to increase my mana at all, and I got an achievement. So I could have just waited and fought the wall of flesh already, but obviously I'm not an idiot. So I wanted to make sure I beat every single other boss I could before that. This meant I got to go fight the King Slime, and I felt kind of overpowered fighting him because he doesn't do much besides take it like a good girl. This then gave the town its first pet, and you have to find all the slime pets later for an achievement much further in the list. But I did give the one I had a little boop on the nose and got an achievement for petting it. I then went to the jungle in my world and found my first bee nest inside of it. The bees are super annoying in this game and in real life, so it's safe to say I had hatred going into this fight, which led me to beat the wings right off the bee, and I got an achievement after defeating the queen bee. I then fought Skeletron and got a boner when I won the fight. I survived a gruesome goblin invasion, which I swore looked just like how kindergarten went for me. So that is basically all the mainstream bosses for pre-hard mode that I could do so far. I then wanted to get some more items to use before the wall of flesh fight, since it's quite hard in honesty with the items you get right now. So I just went and explored for a while and found my first grappling hook, which is a cool item that sort of just teleports you anywhere nearby when used. I then equipped some more armor and vanity items, threw a yo-yo for the first time, and made it to space, which is something even Elon Musk struggles to do. I also went into the dungeon because I can now that Skeletron is dead, and I opened one of the locked golden chests inside. A bit later, while grinding for items still, I fought the Groom, apparently, which is just a zombie in a tuxedo. But killing it is special, I guess, and I got an achievement. Now I finally decided to go fight the glorious Wall of Flesh, and I sort of messed up a little bit during my first try fighting him, and I just died. We don't talk about it though, because next time I fought him, I took his fleshlight and used it like a public bathroom and got my achievement. That was rightfully mine from the start. This also sends the world into hard mode if you didn't know. Essentially, this just makes every enemy a lot more difficult, and it adds a ton of new things, numerous bosses, events, NPCs, basically just a lot of things to do, which makes me go crazy. The first step into the damnation of my mind is to go break demon altars so I can spawn in the new ores, which are essential in progressing this game. I also mined cobalt, which is a new ore like right after that. And apparently I traversed a grand total of 26.2 miles, or a marathon inside of this game. Now that's sad. The next step for this game is to just mine as much new ore as you can and try to get better and better equipment, because the new bosses are no joke and will beat your ass if you don't prepare for them in a good manner. While grinding ores and all that stuff though, I got jumped by goddamn Tinkerbell and it gave me an achievement. I then spent a whopping 4 hours straight just mining and fighting enemies. But in my eventful evening, I fell into a spider nest and got an achievement, but also died right after when they abused me so rudely. I can now relate to Ron Weasley's fear. One of the most crucial items in this game are wings. These allow you to fly for a few seconds and also negate fall damage most of the time. So I made some finally and went with the demon one since I'm on my villain arc right now. I then tried to beat the Queen Slime, which is the first boss in hard mode, and I was destroyed, which is kind of sad to be honest. So instead I grinded for a little bit more and fought the first mechanical boss called the Destroyer. This is basically just a big worm but with metal all over it. Now I was definitely not winning this fight because I was super unprepared yet again. Thankfully though, it did turn to daytime and he despawned. Apparently the townspeople thought that was funny, so they threw a party and I got an achievement. So at least someone is having a good time. I then respawned in the King of Slime, who is the easy one to fight. And I got lucky first try when he dropped the slime mount. I then equipped the mount for the achievement gotten from doing that. Next, I wanted to get an achievement for entering a graveyard, which I made one myself from falling to my death over and over on top of my house. I don't hate the player, hate the game. Down in the caves again, I made a makeshift enemy farm because I needed some better items which had very rare drop chances. And I fought a nymph for the first time and killed her, giving another achievement. And I had finally gotten the Daedalus storm bow. What did he say? From an enemy, which is an insane item that rains down arrows from the sky instead of your actual bow. This allowed me to easily beat the Queen Slime after I tried again fighting her. So I then teleported back to the base, and for some reason the force within me said to get healed by the nurse. So I did. And since inflation is the 8th wonder of the world, I had apparently spent over 1 gold on this typical blonde bitch. So now it's back to the grind again. While just playing the game and trying to level up, I ended up beating the Destroyer, which is the worm from earlier, and it didn't give me any achievements, which is sad. But I ended up warding off a pirate invasion, destroying over 10,000 tiles in the game since I love blowing things up, and also reached the very bottom of the world, which is easy. You just dig down. We don't talk about how I died to Hellstone before that though. Much later, I crafted the Mega Shark, which is another essential item needed for fighting the mechanical bosses. This finally allowed me to defeat the twins, and I did it twice back to back because I hate them. And on the next night, I battled the final mechanical boss, Skeletron Prime. He isn't that hard to be honest, since he's built like XQC, but once I defeated him, I got the achievement for defeating all 3 mechanical bosses. Now I can make one of the best pickaxes in the game. The pickaxe. Yes, that's its name.
Wait, no, wait.
But it gives you an achievement and also allows you to mine this green ore called chlorophyte, which is used in the future to make the best armor in the game. Now that all 3 mechanical bosses are gone, the world is now growing life fruit in the jungle. These are essentially just heart crystals from the early game and increase your health even more. However, life fruit are much harder to find right away and can be a pain in the ass to see half the time. So now that I managed to get my first life fruit, I fell into the usual Terraria player addiction of trying everything in my power to get max golden health. I even made multiple farms in the jungle trying to get them because I couldn't find any to save my life. But I also made the farms wrong since they weren't underground technically, so, yeah. I did fight the twins again though, since I was bored and frustrated, and killing something always helps with that feeling. Don't show that to my parole officer. Even though I have failed at finding pretty much any life fruit, I decided I should fight Plantera because it is basically the last boss before the ending bosses, if that makes sense. It probably doesn't, but you have to beat Plantera to get access to Golem, so that's what I did. Now I may have looked up a tutorial on how to do this however, since I was a bit nervous on how much I would get destroyed. So I made an entire arena to fight Plantera in, and made these 2 teleporters, which made it so all I had to do was shoot out of this window at Plantera and then teleport when he got close to me. Honestly, not very fair, but I defeated Plantera easily and was overwhelmed with sticky white substances. I then went back to this dungeon since it had a lot of new and challenging people there, and for whatever reason I got this super rare drop like right away, which was a first, and I guess it was achievement worthy. Right after that, I used the jungle key I found from fighting enemies in the jungle and opened its respective chest. Each biome has a unique chest in the dungeon, and getting the keys for them are literally such a pain in the ass. So now I was just searching for the temple underground in the jungle, whilst also trying to find more life fruit obviously. While doing this, I apparently killed someone named Tim, and he gave me an achievement, so now I feel bad. And the jungle temple was funnily enough like right next to where I had fought Plantera, just barely out of my view. So I found it and then used the handy key I had to enter it. However, I did not fight Golem right away because I was fearful that I wasn't ready for it quite yet. Instead, I went and made an above ground mushroom biome for some reason because I thought I needed one.
Retard or what?
It ended up giving me 2 achievements for doing that though, so I can't complain. Instead of grinding for more life fruit, my solution to being nervous about fighting Golem was to just look up a tutorial on how to beat him. And the dude on the YouTube video told me to just make a platform and shoot rockets down onto Golem. And I gotta say, this fight ended up being like ugly how easy it was. I actually felt bad, the poor dude's head even came off. But we beat Golem and then got another achievement. Later on, I fought another enemy, and this time it was an archaeologist named Dr. Bones. I don't know what bone he was after, but he won't be chasing anymore since he is now dead. Life fruit was constantly a plague of my existence in the start of this hard mode world because it just never spawned in, or I just didn't see it. But I was in a desperate attempt to find some and placed down so many torches to light up this room that it spawned in the torch god. This is sort of an Easter egg where it does this when 100 torches are on your screen at once. A Martian probe also showed up and they tried to take me with them and, you know, do the typical Martian activities that Elon Musk probably likes. But before they got me, I simply eliminated them all, surviving their raid on my body. And finally, Finally, I achieved maximum stats for my health and mana. The life fruit problem was finally solved once I just played long enough because the life fruit keeps growing all over the jungle, and it actually becomes hard to not see them with how many grow. Another boss to do before the final few was called Duke Fishron. You summon him by fishing with a certain bait type, and he's actually super strong. But again, you can cheese the fight by just making teleporters and going back and forth while shooting him with a Mega Shark. Once I beat him, I then got the achievement for beating him, and also another for defeating every boss in Terraria. I think this might be outdated since we still have quite a few left. The next few achievements I got are all from different fights in this game. First, I did another wave battle, but this time it was just a solar eclipse. During this, a bunch of new enemies spawn in, and they are super annoying. I then went to the dungeon and fought the ancient cultist, who is this easy boss before the Moon Lord. I will admit, however, I did end up failing a few times at first before getting some better gear, but once you have good items, it ends up being quite easy to defeat him. On completion of that battle, 4 pillars are then summoned into the world. Each has very difficult enemies on them and must be destroyed to get new items. Also, if you destroy all 4, it will summon the Moon Lord a minute after the last is destroyed, so you do have to be ready, or like me, you just accept defeat right away. So before actually beating the Moon Lord, I spent around 3 to 4 hours grinding items and trying to get better equipment. Mostly just trying to get the best melee armor because it helps so much to have a ton of defense with the melee strategy I used. And then the fight was very simple. Once I constructed my little cage of torture, I sat there in the honey, which auto-healed me the whole time. And I also popped a ton of perks which gave me numerous fighting buffs. I then just used this weapon that can go through the walls and hit the Moon Lord's private spots over and over until they broke off. And eventually all that was left was his heart. And I guess even the bad guys have a heart also. But he doesn't anymore since I destroyed it and got my achievement for doing so. Terraria then gave the game a neat little credit outro sort of thingy. But that son of a bitch Pinky Slime was right next to me when the game ended, and I got so excited because killing it is an achievement. And I had yet to spot one the entire time I've been playing. The game is now technically over, but there is still a few boss fights I need to do, but before that I just went and tried to clean up achievements at random, to be honest. The first one I got was for healing myself while drowning with water. Yes, this is logic. And then I made another world and quickly fought the Brain of Cthulhu, which wasn't available to fight in my current world because I had Corruption, not Crimson. I then upgraded my weapons a lot more and fought all 3 mechanical bosses simultaneously, which was shockingly easy and I didn't even come close to the other side. After that, I then crafted the Terror Blade, which is made from lots of souls of light, dark, and a bunch of other crap. Honestly, overrated. The Dryad, or whatever her name is, sells these pumpkin seeds, which I bought a ton of, and then grew some pumpkins, which I then made into the Pumpkin Medallion. By using that at night, you can start the Pumpkin Moon, which is just another wave fight. This one is actually quite hard though, and reaching wave 15 took me a few tries to do. But once I simply reached it, I got an achievement. I then had to go into my computer's settings and change it to Christmas time so I could get present drops from enemies and be able to summon the Frost Legion for another wave fight. The Frost Legion, however, was leagues easier than the Pumpkin one, and made me feel bad for bullying the nice snowmen. Then came one of the longest item grinds I've ever done in a video game, the Zenith. This weapon is the best in the entire game in my opinion. Also the same one I will be using the rest of the game's length. But before I got it, I had to go and obtain pretty much every single sword you could have gotten so far. And Lord have mercy, these drop from enemies, but the rarity for some of these weapons is just ridiculous. I also found that I am extremely unlucky, and even if it says the chance is like 1 out of 40, it would typically take me 200 plus kills on the enemy to get the drop I needed. So it's safe to say I had an existential crisis or two a few times throughout this game's RNG system. Anyways, I managed to scrap together every single sword after hours of dying inside to make the Zenith. I then farmed the Moon Lord. Yes, I farmed him. I still remember being proud of beating him one time. But to get the Terraria and Yo-Yo drop, I had to kill the guy over 10 times because my luck is just something special. Anyways, he dropped it finally, and I got the achievement for getting the best Yo-Yo in Terraria. Then I got a Frost Moon fight, which is just another wave battle, and reaching wave 15 gives another achievement. The Terra Spark boots are the next horrible item I went after. Honestly, these are super good, but attaining them actually sucked. You have to find numerous items once more from drops, and getting the drops is just ass. Imagine watching paint dry. That's how it feels to sit still and wait as your sentry kills enemies right next to you and you don't get drops for hours. But I again got it eventually, so yeah. Then I accidentally fought the Empress of Light, who is the real last boss of the game. You fight her at night when killing one of these illuminated bug things, and honestly, it was disappointing how easy it was. Like, the poor rainbow bitch didn't even have a chance. After that, I then went to do numerous easy tasks. First, I made a rainbow rod so I can spread the gay everywhere. And I also fired a bee gun while wearing a full set of bee armor. Then I had to do yet again another wave battle, which gets very repetitive once you do every single one of them. That's what I'm saying. The next achievement, called Rainbows and Unicorns, is by far my least favorite yet. You have to just sit in the hollow and wait until an enemy drops the hollow key for the dungeon. The drop rate for the hollow key, by the way, is 1 out of 2,500. Yeah, you heard me right. A 0.04% chance of ever getting it. And the only reason I even needed the dumb thing is so I can use it while riding a unicorn. I don't condone this. I then did an easy achievement where you just drive this remote drone into the top of the world. I also found the Shimmer, which is just this random ass new biome in the underground that you can throw stuff into. And another for defeating Deer Clearclops, the chilly, one-eyed bitch-made creature who can't take a zenith up the balls for nothing. I then found every single slime pet, which was kind of a pain and I had to look up what to do. But I also equipped a die in every slot and went with white because you get privilege. I then scammed a tenant into being as happy as possible by isolating them with a wizard, who probably casts happy spells on his depressed friends. And I finally got every single NPC possible to live in my slave camp. This sucked, and honestly, I wish I could explain how much it did indeed suck, but you just had to be there. Which is why I might start streaming on the second channel soon so you can see me suffer in real time. After that, I also was just playing the game, and after 50 hours of gameplay, I got a slime rain for the first time, which could have happened the entire game so far, but it didn't. It's safe to say I also had a sticky situation. I then did the last boss fight I ever would have to, and beat this random thing I fished up during a blood moon. And I also killed every single slime type, which was a tad bit bugged, and I think I got lucky, but I won't complain. I was then just running around and chilling, and apparently tricked a gnome into turning to stone. Honestly, I didn't even see him. I was just looking at my phone, but I got the achievement and laughed so hard, it's insane. So the last few achievements left are mostly just random stuff that are actually really hard to do. But first, I did an easy task of just flying a kite during a windy day. That, however, is when the easy stuff ended. The next thing I went after was to get the Ankh shield. This took me forever. I don't even want to rewatch what I had to do to get this, but let's just say it took more than 2 hours of grinding one single item drop. I don't even want the achievement. Next, it was a bit easier. All you had to do was get fishing bait from the underworld and then fish with it in the underworld. And I also googled what a rare sea was in Terraria. Apparently these worlds actually have like cool changes in them, but I just copied and pasted one into my game to get the achievement. I can't lie. Right after that, I accidentally summoned in 9 minions at once, and I sort of missed the achievement, but here it is anyway. I then had the most annoying ones left. All the angler quests, which require you to complete 200 total. These suck and can only be done once a day. So I did the first one in my normal world to get the achievement. I then said, you know what? I don't care anymore. I've been grinding the game for 70 hours. I'm gonna look up the easy cheese way to do this. So I went and looked up achievements on the Steam Workshop for Terraria. Inside, I found a lot of worlds where all you gotta do is download it and then enter and do like one thing to complete the task. So first I just did one with a world that was free of corruption, and I talked to the lady there and got that achievement. I feel no shame. I then downloaded another one in journey mode, which was just made for angler quests particularly. It also had the cell phone in a chest, which helped me a lot since getting the parts from that required luck with the traveling merchant. And the golden delight was there also, which is another dumb item you need to get from worms or something. So I then spent like 45 minutes just auto passing the time in the game and doing the quest for the angler until reaching 200 and being complete with all of his quests and the achievements for this game. Jesus Christ, I can't believe it took me that long. Good lord. I'm never gambling. My luck is horrible.